네, 안녕하세요 여러분, 김지윤입니다. 오늘 특별히 저자와의 인터뷰 시간을 마련해 봤습니다.
There are few people with as many careers as today's guest. A political scientist, researcher, media personality, podcaster, and YouTuber. We're joined today on Talk Room by Dr. Ji-yoon. Hello, and welcome to Talk Room.
Well, thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you, and especially because I know you personally. It feels a little strange or a little bit unfamiliar, to be honest. I don't get that many chances to interview someone I know. You do lots of interviews too.
Yes.
Have you ever had this experience where you have to interview someone that you know personally?
Well, I did an interview with Professor Michael Sandel. I know him quite well for a long time. So, but you know, the interview is different from the personal experience with him. But well, once you know the person personally, then it makes the interview much more smoothly, and the conversation goes pretty well. So I'm kind of looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to today too. Now, you do conduct a lot of interviews, but of course you have been on the other side, like today as well. Is there one side that you prefer? I think I know the answer, but...
I prefer being an interviewer.
Yeah, I thought so. You like being in control, right?
Much easier, I think.
All right, so let's talk about some of the people that you have interviewed. With your background as a political scientist, you have had the opportunity to interview some of the major, most well-known political figures around the world. Can you name just a couple off the top of your head?
Yeah, I was very fortunate to have an interview with the former U.S. President Barack Obama and also former Secretary of State Antony Blinken, but it was when he was in office. So what is your assessment of the situation, and what do you think are the underlying reasons, and what solutions are there?
We've seen an erosion of trust on the part of citizens in their governments. We've seen efforts to undermine the credibility of institutions. And the truth is, democracies have to do a better job in delivering results for their people. That's the ultimate test of democracy.
How can we address democracy's discontent? By recovering our voice as democratic citizens, to listen to those from different backgrounds, different life experiences, learning to listen to those with whom we disagree.
And also the scholars like Professor Michael Sandel of Harvard University. He's a favorite of Korea, I think. And some cultural figures like automotive designer Peter Schreier, who is a legendary person who designed the K5 of Kia. So yeah, wide range of people, and I was really fortunate.
What's your secret to getting those kinds of people to appear on your show or to be interviewed by you?
Well, as a matter of fact, there's only few number of people I contacted them. Actually, it was them to contact me to have an interview.
They contacted you. They said they wanted to be interviewed by you.
Right.
Even bigger honor.
It was a big honor, and I don't know, maybe they could not find you
Sure.
first. So,
I'm always available, by the way.
yeah, it was really lucky.
Interviewing former President Barack Obama must have been a dream. That would be a dream for, I think, many people. He's such a gifted communicator. What was that like for you personally?
Well, of course, it's an extraordinary honor, first of all, and very stressful.
Did you have a long time to prepare?
Oh yeah, definitely. They only gave me like 30 minutes for an interview, which is not... it's
a reasonable amount of time.
Yeah, reasonable amount of time. The problem is that the clip was supposed to be inserted in one program that I was appearing. And that program itself has 15-minute running time.
15?
50. That means the whole clip of interview should be used. So there's absolutely no room for mistake.
Right.
So you have to prepare everything perfect. And it is President Obama. So you should not make any mistake.
Once you started, how?
It went okay. Yeah, he is very eloquent as usual, and he's very nice and kind. So.
And you used a whole 30 minutes, right?
Used the whole 30 minutes, of course.
What was the biggest sort of learning experience from that? I imagine it's not often that you get to interview former presidents, especially of the U.S. as well. It was challenging, but also a huge confidence boost, maybe. Now I interviewed President Obama. I can interview anyone else. President Trump, come on.
Oh, yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. I didn't realize that time. It was such a big event for me. But afterwards, everywhere I go, they say, oh, she's the one who interviewed Barack Obama. So that was a huge opportunity, and I'm glad I didn't run away.
We're glad too. Would you say that he's the most memorable person that you interviewed?
All the interviews are memorable, of course, but I always say this one. When I did an interview with the National Security Advisor, H.M. McMaster, the day I had an interview with him was February 23rd, 2022, which was just one day before Russia invaded Ukraine. Of course, there were clear signs of something was going to happen because there are Russian troops are gathering at the border. But whenever I asked the questions around, like the experts in Eastern European politics, and they say, no, they're not going to invade. It's not going to happen.
Right.
Well, maybe he's interested in the Donbas region, which is eastern part of Ukraine. So I asked the same question to McMaster, and he was like, of course, Russia is going to invade. Because he is not just going in there. I mean, you have to take care of afterwards. So having said that, I mean, he probably not really going to be interested in the whole Ukraine, but maybe just the east side of Ukraine. That's what he wants.
Or he's going to chip away at it and just keep coming at it and always pushing and getting as much as he can.
This is like a special thing you just got one day before the actual...
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So
특종.
I know. I was a little bit skeptical about the answer because nobody was saying that. But he was very adamant.
Did you get it out that day? I hope you got it out that day, the interview.
Yeah.
Great.
No, not that day. But
it came out later.
I have to cut and edit and everything. So it took some time, but still, we had the subtitle, it was
filmed the day before, right?
Yeah. So at that moment, I realized that these people with the field experience has something that the people like me with desk-bound experts do not. So it's really important to have an experience in the field.
Right.
Yeah.
And what a great opportunity for you to tap into that at that time in history, right?
I know.
So that's the most memorable, again, with the timing of the interview as well. I know that you like to do a lot of research for your interviews. Walk us through your process. How do you get ready for an interview?
Well, you have to learn about the person. And because all the questions I ask in the interview is written by myself, so I have to do my homework. And usually I do a lot of interviews in English, and I'm not an English native speaker, so I have to get used to it. So I look for the clips of his recent or her recent interviews and what he or she is most interested in recent times, and try to get used to his or her English. And also there's some expressions and words the person really likes to use, so we have to know beforehand. So these are the things I prepare. It's not really much or something that very special as people imagine.
And it takes considerable amount of time, right?
It does. But sometimes you have to have a crash course.
Of course, right.
Like 2 or 3 days you have to prepare.
The content could be considered quite highbrow, intellectual. You may not think that it's maybe appealing for the general public compared to, we've got so many sort of just pure entertainment content out there, all competing for eyeballs. What made you decide to start a channel like this and dealing with your expertise, of course, but did you have the confidence that, no, a lot of people will be interested in this and this will reach?
No, of course not.
You didn't have that confidence?
No. We thought it would be really, really lucky for us if we can get silver button, you say. We never expected this channel to be this successful. If you ask me why I started this, because this is the only thing that I can deal with. And I know.
The content that you know.
Yes. A lot of people actually ask me, so why you started a YouTube channel?
Right.
Because it's not something, now a lot of scholars start their own channels, but at that time when I started it, it is not something that, those who are in the academia do. I had to, because at that time I stepped down or quit the regular corners and the programs that I was
traditional
doing.
media, TV and radio.
Yeah, and TV and radio. Basically, I had to support my family.
Right.
And one day I met my friend, and she was like, "Oh, I started my YouTube channel, and I have a slightly more than 10,000 subscribers, and I can earn like $1,000." So, all right, I'll do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So out of necessity to make a living, you started this. And I know that you produce your own scripts as well. And Kim Ji-yoon's Knowledge Play now, last I checked, 1.3 million subscribers. Yes. So congratulations to you. That must be amazing, but also with maybe greater sense of responsibility that you have to keep all those subscribers happy now.
Yeah.
Do you feel the pressure, or is it just a lot of fun and you just, enjoy making content all the time?
Well, tremendous pressure and responsibility, of course. So I try to present facts as fairly as possible. And that's probably why the both ends hates me.
But you're loved by that big section in the middle.
Right. But because, as you say, it's a really big channel, so I cannot be really partial or taking side with any side. So.
You could, but then it could be alienating the other half, and it might also not be a true reflection of what you believe, too.
Yeah, and also my goal with this channel is not just, giving any side, any aid or something. I want this channel to be like somewhere that when people are curious about what's happening outside, okay, well, she can explain us easily. And then those people come to my channel and listen to what is happening. So it is becoming more like a legacy media, but still, I try to explain the background and everything that the real legacy media do not. I do not think people are not interested in global affairs. They are interested in it, but nobody was explaining it. And the background, why it's happening, and exactly what's happening, and it is step by step. And I think my role is to give those explanations for the people who wants to know.
In an easy to understand and engaging manner, may I also add that as well. In your opinion, how can we learn to read politics or understand politics more effectively and also continue to sharpen our sense of that? Because it's so important.
Well, a lot of people are criticizing the legacy media, but still there's some rules and standards they have to keep up in the legacy media. So you still have some reliable sources. Maybe they have some political inclinations, but they do have their own ethics and everything. So first, rely on those sources, media sources, such as, like FT, and the Financial Times or Bloomberg, and those are really good sources. And, well, you have to continue reading and learning what's happening there. You don't have to read everything. You can't actually. No. But at least read the headlines. And I'm subscribing multiple outlets. And as I said, when I wake up in the morning, there's a lot of breaking news. And when you read the headlines, multiple outlets are showing the same headlines or reporting the same event. That means it deserves some, attention. So in that case, you can just read more and delve into that topic. So I don't really think there's any easy way to get involved and get to know the politics right. I'm not sure if I'm reading it right, but at least I try to be correct and fair. And in order to do so, you have to listen to very diverse ideas and opinions and as many articles as possible.
Thank goodness for the AI sort of summary function, right? We don't have to read through the whole thing now.
Definitely.
But like you say, I think reading or watching, listening to a range or diverse opinions is more and more important because we're so polarized and we keep getting fed the things that we agree with. So it's very easy to have just sort of mono vision right now. And why is it so important that we understand and keep abreast of these not only domestic political trends but global? Why do you think we need to stay ahead of them?
Well, we have to live together. Right? And it is all about the communication, all about the understanding to keep this peaceful world. And I think it is important to know what is happening there and what kind of people living there and to seek out any possibility to talk each other. That will help a lot.
In an increasingly online world, it's easy to erect borders, I think, and also believe that you know someone or some group of people. But when you actually get to meet them in person, have conversations, and really get to know them, I think it's a completely different atmosphere and different understanding that you can reach. You are a global communication expert whose influence is reaching not only across Korea, but I think increasingly global as well. But now let's take a closer dive into your personal life, shall we? And for that, I know that you've brought some pictures, so why don't we go through them?
Okay.
Here are the first two photos. So this must be, describe the photos. What are we looking at?
Of course, graduation ceremony. One from UC Berkeley. And the other one, when I got the PhD in political science from MIT.
Political science. Why did you choose political science?
Because I heard there are, or I believed there are a bunch of nice-looking guys.
Oh, and was that true?
No.
You could have gone to economics.
I know, or business administration, political science. That's a terrible choice for that. Happened to be there.
Something must have felt right for you to continue through your master's and also PhD in political science.
Well, it just happened that way. I'm not kind of person who has a plan ahead or something like that.
But to go to a PhD in something, you must have a talent for it.
I wonder myself, how come? Well, then after finishing the master's degree, and I felt like, well, maybe I can study more. Maybe I have some talents in that.
I know that you're also interested in music and baseball. We talked about that earlier. And do you think that if you didn't go into politics, you might have tried one of those realms?
I really, really wanted to be a DJ of a music program.
Oh, like radio, music DJ?
Radio is great.
Very different path.
It is.
And not too late. You could maybe try that too. Link it with politics somehow.
Yeah, maybe I can open another YouTube channel.
But do you think if your children, your two sons, I know that you have two sons, if they want to go into politics, anything related to politics, would you support them?
I hate to say it, but if that's something they really, really, really want to do, then there's nothing I can do.
There's nothing we can do, that's true. All right. Should we see some other photos? The two boys. Those, whenever you talk about your boys, you're having the biggest smile. The biggest smiles are when you're talking about your sons. So explain, please.
So the one on the left side is taken in Canada. I moved to Canada August 2004 and lived there for almost 5 years. And I gave birth to my first child there. I really enjoyed the time there with my son. And that's you can see that I have a really big smile.
Face,
And the right one, I think that was taken like almost 8 years ago. Now they're all grown up.
Let's take a look at the next photo though, shall we? This is a photo, of course, when you hosted a very, very famous, prominent current affairs debate program, looking very confident, looking very, very
Fake
polished. Fake confidence. Why do you say fake confidence?
Well, I'm kind of person who always avoid conflict. I hate it. And this is the program of debate. So sometimes as a host, you have to encourage the conflict.
Yes.
I hated it.
It makes for good debates.
Yeah, but I hated it.
So you have to stoke sort of both sides, poke both sides.
Right. And whatever you do, you're going to be criticized by both sides.
Right.
Because it's a debate, and mostly the politicians, and they have supporters on their side, and whatever I do, they hate us.
So how did you manage to sort of stay the balance or stay neutral? What did you keep telling yourself or remind yourself?
Well, the only thing I could do was to keep the time. Like I give usually like 2 minutes.
Equal time for each side.
Right. And that actually made me grow as a host and moderator. So whenever I go to seminar or other conferences to moderate, and I'm pretty good at the time management.
It must be easy after after that.
Scholars, they are easy.
Only the time, keeping the time might be a little bit difficult, I guess. You've asked countless questions through your interviews and also through your work as well. Is there a question that you ask yourself?
Well, I have a tremendous doubt about myself. So am I doing right? Did I do my best? These are the questions. Well, I've never thought about myself, as I said, once my kids are grown up. But I always thought about the situation that I'm gone, which means I'm not dead. And whenever they think about their moms, I really do hope they think, well, maybe she was not perfect, but she did her best. And we both lived some years, and we know what life can treat you, how the life can treat you.
Yes.
It can treat you really nice and well, but sometimes it can treat you really harsh. So when the life gets tough on them, I hope they can, just remember me. And this situation is really challenging, but I know my mom, what kind of things my mom went through, and she did it, so we can do it too. So that's something that I really want they can remember. So that's why I'm doing my best and asking myself, am I doing right and am I doing my best?
I think no matter what we tell our children, especially what you show through your life and the decisions that you make and the experiences that you go through are probably the biggest lesson. And I think you're doing that already and showing your sons that.
Oh, thank you.
I'd like to ask just one more question.
Okay.
The question was, what's next for you? You have, I'm not sure if your goal is to increase the number of subscribers to 3 million or 5 million, but what's next for you?
I don't know. I really don't know. I never planned anything ahead. Maybe it can grow to maybe 2 million, but doesn't matter if it doesn't. And just get my children be a nice grown-up who can contribute just a little to the society and as a good people for the community. And then I just like to retire really quietly and go somewhere and do the gardening. That's my ultimate goal.
Well, I think no matter what you do, you'll not only survive, but also thrive as well. I'm sure you will. By choosing challenge over comfort and carving out her own path, Dr. Kim Ji-yoon has redefined what a modern communicator can be. And that was our conversation with Dr. Kim Ji-yoon. Thank you so much for coming up.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.